Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A-plus rated platform on the link below. It's Friday, January 26, 2018, and this is SportsBit. Betting insight today from SBRpicks.com. Teddy covers here on a Friday morning. Let's break it all down. We have not one, not two, not three, four big game breakdowns for the weekend's hoops action, as we like to do with every show. We're going to start with a bit of news, a bit of notes. We call it BBBBBB, bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. But we're starting today with this tweet from Arsh Makazi. Quote, Las Vegas Sands and Madison Square Garden are teaming up to build a 600,000 square foot, 18,500 seat arena in Las Vegas, slated to open in 2020. Irving Azoff, Tim Lewicki, and James Dolan are behind the arena project. Could the NBA be the next league with a team in Vegas? Yes, the NBA could be the next league with a team in Vegas. The population base is here, and obviously this new arena being built behind the Venetian and the Palazzo in Las Vegas, in addition to T-Mobile, where the hockey team's playing, and the new Raider Stadium. This is insane. Vegas is going from a city with nothing for professional sports leagues to a city with potentially as many as 3 in the not too distant future. This is big news for all of us here in Vegas. And of course, it's big news when it comes to the acceptance of sports betting in the broader community. And look, we've seen it happen over the course of the last 2 decades, where sports betting has gone from being a fringe outlier to now the New York legislature, state legislature, seriously debating how they're going to legalize it. It's worth noting 5 key components from the leagues, from the state legislature, I could say, that the NBA bullet points are looking for. This is what the NBA wants from, at a minimum, the gaming legislation that's going through in New York. First, they're worried about monitoring. And first, it should enable the detection and prevention of improper conduct related to sports betting. Yeah, they want to make sure it's monitored. Okay. Second, and that's perfectly reasonable. I'm sure they're monitoring. There will be additional monitoring organizations coming. Certainly, things are monitored well in Las Vegas right now. That's not an issue. Second, the NBA wants a 1% cut. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. We'll see how it plays out. The bottom line is that the leagues get a 1% cut off the top. That's money coming out of the bookmakers' pockets. What happens when money comes out of the bookmakers' pockets? They charge bettors more. What happens when they charge bettors more? You don't have minus 110, you have minus 115 or minus 120. What happens when you have minus 115 or minus 120? All the bookies that do business stay alive. So the NBA can ask for their 1%, and we'll see what they actually get. Third, the league should have the right to restrict wagering on their own events. Certain types of bets are more susceptible to manipulation than others, such as whether a player will commit the first foul of the game. The NBA continues to use this as an example of a prop bet that they don't want, even though no one's ever seen this prop bet anywhere. But it's an example. Okay, they're using it. They're allowed to say no to various prop bets, and I think that makes sense in theory. Fourth, sports betting legalization should include consumer protection requirements, rigorous licensing program, blah, blah, blah. And fifth, the law should, and by blah, 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 I don't mean that's blah, 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 but it just means they're going to have they're going to have official league data from gaming operators and advertising to protect vulnerable people and all that sort of thing. Last but not least, and this one's key, the law should authorize betting on internet and mobile platforms. Yeah, you need to be in the 21st century making bets on your smartphone and not limited to the 4 land-based casinos that are located many miles from New York City. So overall, I think those are 5 solid points. I'll argue with whether the league should get their 1%, but I don't mind them lobbying for it. I just want to make sure that they're comfortable when they don't get exactly what they asked for. A quarter of 1% we can talk about. 1%, maybe that's a place where they're going to start bargaining from. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books from last night. Oh, we got to talk about the Nuggets and the Knicks. Denver minus 4.5 up to minus 7 against the Knicks. Although the under got bet from 214 down to 211.5 with Tim Hardaway out for New York. That gave Nuggets money coming in. That gave under money coming in. But the action split out. The Nuggets shot 60% from the floor, 14 of 28 triples, 130 to 118 final. Nuggets got the money, but all that under money that poured in, well, that stayed with the bookmakers. Bad bets. The Michigan-Purdue under, this was crazy. Like before tip-off, right before tip-off, the total got bet as high as 137.5. And somebody thought they knew something, and they were jamming in bets on the under. Right before tip-off, got bet down to 136. Michigan-Purdue, yeah, landed 180. Those late under bets, they were wrong. Bad bets on the Wolverines Boilers under the total. And you're talking about guys that think they know something. Look at the Big West. You're like, oh, wow. Smaller conference, big moves. Cal Poly plus 2.5 to pick them against Long Beach. Fullerton plus 2.5 to -1 against the Cal Santa Barbara. Like, oh, the wise guys know something in the Big West. No, they didn't. Cal Poly took all that money. They lost by 16. Cal State, Fullerton, they went off as the chalk. They lost by 5. Big West money didn't play out very well at all. Bad for the books. Well, we saw Wizards Thunder over money. Fair bit of it. 212.5 up to 215.5. That landed 233. The Wizards, man, they haven't played defense in a month. They've allowed 19 of their last 20 opponents to reach 100 points. And the other, which was Dallas on Monday, they got 98, and it was a blowout loss for the Wiz. Dallas easily could have gotten 100 in that ball games. Oklahoma City, 52% from the floor. Russell Westbrook goes nuts. 46 points in that contest. Another one bad for the books. Yeah, a couple more bad for the books. Certainly UCF, Wichita State. Wichita took a little bit of money. The over took a bunch of money, 129.5 up to 135.5. That's 2 easy overs for bettors in UCF games after their big man, the 7'6" Taco Fell, he got hurt. All UCF season-long defensive stats are pretty much worthless right now. Bookies took a beating on that Wichita State Central Florida total last night, and Cal took the money last night against UCLA, plus 16.5 down to plus 14.5. Thomas Welsh suffered a late knee injury for the Bruins. Pay attention to his status for the UCLA's revenge game against Stanford. Cal took the money. Cal got the money. Not a good result for the house. You waiting for Friday night ESPN breakdown? Yeah, we got it right here on Sportsbook. Rockets, Pelicans coming up next. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.